All right, so Mr. Dagmar goes in. This is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Carrie Ann Swift, file number 22-21079 FH. Let's see. So I just saw Miss Swift on, let's see, today is a pretrial and contempt. I think I have a contempt paperwork. I had it the other day. All right, so we had some multiple contempt of courts for positive tests and not testing. I think there was a plea of not guilty entered on the contempt, and we set it over for today for pretrial on both the underlying file as well as the contempt of court. I have Michael Dagmar appearing on behalf of Ms. Swift, and I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. So, Mr. Dagmar, how do you wish to proceed?
Your Honor.
Oh, I also showed she failed to appear for arraignment. So I think we have to arraign her too, don't we?
Yes, Your Honor. If I may have
right.
a moment with her.
Sure. All right. So, Ms. Swift, I am going to open a breakout room.
Okay.
With you and Mr. Dagmar, and go ahead and click on join. And
I need to click join.
yep, go ahead. Mr. Noe and Mr. Fry, I have a couple minutes. Do you want to do it now?
That'd be great. If I can get my client from my waiting room, I'd start with me. You okay with that, Brian?
Yes, Your Honor. That works for me.
All right. It's gonna be quick though. Otherwise, I mean, just. Ms. Adams, would it be possible to get the Seville file? Mr. Sevilla, thank you, Ms. Adams. You want these files? All right, so. All right, in the matter of Kenneth Dell Sevilla Jr. versus Melody Ann Martin, file number 20-47395 DC at Brian Fry, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, and Charles Noe, appearing on behalf of.
Like almost walking in there. I'm like, oh, that was serious.
Mr. Sevilla, Mr. Sevilla. Mr. Sevilla.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so tell whoever's there to be quiet. Okay, so this is the date and time. Oh, you got people in the background, Mr. Sevilla talking? Okay.
Yeah, just a moment. I'll go out somewhere.
Okay, all right, so this is the date and time scheduled for an objection to ex parte order that was filed by Mr. Sevilla on behalf, or by his attorney on behalf of Mr. Sevilla. There had been an ex parte motion and order filed by Mr. Noe on behalf of Ms. Martin, and it looks like the court granted it based on the allegations in the ex parte motion. This matter was scheduled for 11 a.m. and as is fairly typical on my criminal docket, I have no control over how long it runs, but I did meet with both of the attorneys this morning and Nikki Jones from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services in a breakout room. So very briefly, Mr. Noe and Mr. Fry. So Mr. Fry, it's your objection, but it was the motion that was originally filed by Mr. Noe. So let Mr. Noe make some brief argument first.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. We did, as the court did indicate, we did meet at a bench conference with Ms. Jones. Ms. Jones did indicate that there was a Child Protective Services investigation initiated after a car accident involving the father. That ultimately, because of the child not being properly in a safety restraint, that she did ultimately open an investigation, open a case into the father, and ultimately that ultimately was substantiated. Ultimately, that the father has, as indicated in the motion, has been involved in several other car accidents, and there seems to be some really concerns there. To the point actually where Ms. Jones required Mr. Seville to take some sort of safety class for car restraints. Ultimately, he has, based on representations of Mr. Fry, he has taken that, and also by Ms. Jones, he has taken that. Ultimately, there was a current law enforcement investigation of which there's been no criminal charges, but ultimately there was a law enforcement investigation where the child was not properly restrained. Ultimately, my client does have some serious concerns involving the child. Both the child and, to be fair, Mr. Seville were both pretty severely injured in this matter, which is where my client, the minor child still is not fully recovered. The child is still involved in physical therapy, and also there is an issues regarding Mr. Seville, his ability to get the child to physical therapy and to be able to accomplish that. So ultimately, Judge, what we'd be asking for is to maintain the ex parte at this time. If the court were inclined to set up for another review hearing or a motion date, another date, that would be agreeable. But Judge, I understand we do have representations of Ms. Jones, and the court would take that into consideration in its determination of the issuance or the continuance of the ex parte order. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Fry.
Yes, Your Honor, we did have a chance to talk to Nikki Jones from Child Protective Services off the record. It was my understanding from that conversation and her representations that an investigation was started that was closed last month in April. While that investigation was ongoing, my client was recommended to take a kids in safety seats, KISS is the acronym for it, class. He did successfully complete that class, as indicated by Ms. Jones. My client, the CPS case is now closed. Ms. Jones also indicated that there is no ongoing criminal investigation, as this was treated like a traffic accident. Any law enforcement investigation has also been closed at this point. And there's been no charges filed as a result of this accident. I would further indicate that my client and the minor child were injured in this accident. This accident was not the fault of my client. My client, he would agree, did suffer some severe injuries after the accident where, impacted his ability to care for the child, but he has since been able to recover. He's since returned to work. He is able to care for the child again. At this point, the concerns that warranted the ex parte originally, that my client was unable to care for the child because of its injuries, no longer exist. Again, because my client has recovered, he is healthy enough to care for the child again. He has returned for work, has successfully completed all recommendations from Child Protective Services. So we would ask that the ex parte be terminated at this point. My client's parenting time being reinstated. Thank you.
All right. So as correctly stated, we did have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Jones from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. In this instance, there was a car accident. From all accounts, it appears that Mr. Sevilla was not at fault in that car accident. Both he and the minor child were injured. Mr. Sevilla complied and took a child safety seat course through the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, completed that. He's been released to drive from his doctor. Therefore, the court has no grounds at this point to continue the ex parte order. So I will set that aside. Mr. Sevilla, I don't know if your child's super tall, if your statement is true that the child got out of the seat. My kids were all freakishly tall, and they were taller than most adults when they were still required to be in a car seat. So there are options out there. Make sure that if that was in fact the issue, you take care of that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, I got more coming. And Mr. Fry, you'll do the order setting aside the ex parte.
I will do that, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Close breakout rooms, bring the jail back. Hold on, Miss Adams, I still have a bunch more search warrants I'm printing out. So, all right, we are back on the record in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Carrie Swift. Mr. Gagnon Margolin, have you now had an opportunity to speak with Ms. Swift?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how would you like to proceed today on behalf of Ms. Swift?
Your Honor, I guess there are two matters to take care of. Number one, the contempts, and number two, the underlying charge. As far as the underlying charge goes, for arraignment purposes, we'll be pleading not guilty. I'll ask for the court to schedule a pretrial. We did hold a preliminary exam in this case. I will be requesting transcripts in this matter. I think there's probably a legitimate issue to argue in front of Your Honor before a trial is scheduled for. So I'm just asking on the underlying charge to issue a pretrial date. And with the timing on when we're getting transcripts, we may want to set it out a little bit.
Right, and we're giving them 90 days to prepare and submit the transcripts. So I can set a pretrial out for August 2nd at 8:30, June, July, August 2nd at 8:30 in the morning.
That's fine. Thank you, Your Honor.
So we'll set it for August 2nd at 8:30 in the morning, and since it's an arraignment, Miss Adams, we never actually got to, did we arraign her with Miss Littlewood? I'm not sure. What'd you say, Miss Swift? Okay. I don't know, I think, but anyway. Miss Adams, you can do the notice because it was an arraignment on the underlying file. And then Mr. Gagnon Margolin, how do you wish to proceed on the contempt of courts? Is there going to be an absconding charge against her?
I don't believe so. I don't think it would be meritorious, but that's not up to me.
I'm not aware of one, Judge.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Go ahead.
as to the contempts, I'm asking the court to schedule this for a hearing for testimony.
So you want to have a hearing on the contempt of courts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'll continue her not guilty plea on the contempt of courts, and just to make sure the paperwork shows that we have, I want to make sure you have all the paperwork. I have a failure to appear for arraignment on October 5 of 22, and then failure to direct test September 23rd, September 26th, and September 30th of 22. Is that the paperwork you have?
That's the paperwork that I have. I don't have any paperwork indicating that there was any positive test, but I do have the information that the court just listed.
Okay, I think it was just you missed your test. All right, Miss Adams, I'm looking for a hearing. We'll probably need a half hour. Miss Adams.
Okay. May 16th at 8:30.
May 16th at 8:30, Mr. Gagnon Margolin.
That's fine. Thank you.
Right, do you want that via Zoom?
I think I would prefer it to be in person.
All right, so Miss Adams will make that in person. And the notice will have the date for that as well. So we will see you back, Ms. Swift, on May 16th at 8:30 in the morning for your hearing on your contempt of courts, okay?
Okay.
Judge, is that a trial or?
Yes,
Ms. Swift wants me to address bond.
sure. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm asking the court to issue a personal recognizance bond in this matter. Ms. Swift states that she had difficulty in transportation and financial issues in regarding the testing. She states that she does now have the ability to get a job and does now have transportation. And if I have left anything out, Ms. Swift can certainly inform the court.
I also have an animal out there that I need to get out there and take care of, and I will be there.
Well, in this case, Ms. Sutton lives in Adrian, so she could have walked to court on her prior hearing date and she could have contacted the court if she was having difficulty. She didn't. So at this point, I'm not going to release her on bond. But once we have the hearing, I can make a better determination on that. I'll hear that again on May 16th, Mr. Dagger-Margosian. Thank you.
That's fine. I think the only thing she wants to add is that she wasn't living in Adrian. I think that's what she's asking for, but everything else stands.
Okay. All right. So Ms. Swift, we'll see you back on May 16th. Thank you.
May when?
Ms. Adams, is there anything available next week?
I've already been.
Hold on. Ms. Swift, hold on a second. I mean, Mr. Sneed, the only witness we would need from your department is nobody, because she didn't appear, didn't test, so that would be Darren Coast, right? And then Mr. Dagger-Margosian, do you have witnesses?
No, Your Honor, it's simply a legal argument.
Mr. Sneed, would you agree with that?
Sorry. It's Miss Mears' case, and so next week would be fine.
Okay, all right. So Ms. Adams, can I see the book?
Judge, May 9th is open at 9:30 and then the afternoon's open.
How about May 9th, you said, Ms. Adams?
Yes.
How about May 9th at 9:30, Mr. Dagger-Margosian?
I'm scheduled for a jury trial in district court.
An all-day jury trial?
Likely.
Okay. Ms. Adams?
Come in, Judge.
I was homeless. That was just my mailing address.
Ms. Flex, just be quiet for a minute. Wednesday, Thursday. Ten o'clock. 9:30.
Well, Your Honor, the jury trial on the 9th is scheduled to start at 10. I could do something before that.
Well, I was setting it at 9:30 and it shouldn't take more than a half hour to make your legal argument.
Okay,
May 9th at 9:30.
that works.
Can we do 9, May 9th?
You have a lot control at 9.
How about 9 o'clock on May 9th?
Perfect.
All right, so that brings you next week. So we'll do May 9th at 8:30 I think I said 9 o'clock. Okay. All right. So we'll see you back May 9th at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's just next week. So that's closer. All right. Thank you, Ms. Swift. You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms.
But I
Swift, you're all set.
wasn't.
You're all set. You can leave.
Fucking Mary. That's all they found.
No, I was just wondering that that's, all right.
Was there a bench trial and a pre-trial for the Swift? Do you have two dates?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I'll have to look at it then.
I put them on the record.
Yeah. fine.
Right, I'll take anybody from the jail. I need Miss Schumacher. I need, Mr. Bradley, Mr. Dotson, Mr. Williams. So D'Angelo Williams, John Dotson, Cody Bradley, Tiffany Schumacher, and last but not least, I'll take Christopher Cassar.
Okay, Your Honor. Okay, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
I'll think. Are you guys going in there? Good afternoon.
All right. All right, good morning, ma'am. What is your name?
Tiffany Schumacher.
File. All right, this is in the matter of people of the state of Michigan versus Tiffany Renee Schumacher. I have Salvatore Malaro appearing on behalf of Ms. Schumacher. And I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is file number 23-21338FH. This is the date time set for arraignment in this matter. Mr. Malaro, do you waive the reading of the felony information?
Your Honor, at this time, we would acknowledge receipt of the information, waive its reading in open court as to counts 1, 2, 3, the habitual offender second offense notice. We'd also acknowledge receipt of the witness list. My client would stand mute and ask that a pretrial be set within perhaps the next 30 days.
All right, so the court will enter a plea of not guilty on behalf of Ms. Schumacher. And my next available pretrial date is June 7 at 8:30 in the morning. Because it's an arraignment, we will prepare and send out the notice. So June 7th of 23 at 8:30 in the morning. So we will see you back on that day, Ms. Schumacher. Anything else, Mr. Malaro?
Yeah, Judge, could I do a real quick breakout with Ms. Schumacher? 5 minutes at the most. Not
Yeah,
even-
you can. So I'm going to open a breakout room. So let me count Joe. 1 and Mr. Malaro. Go ahead and join that breakout.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Okay, so it's gonna stay at the 125. I'm getting for everything at the 125 right now, like that. So it was down to 100,000 on the weekday. So it's down to 125 right now. So I didn't know if you were aware of that or not. Oh, okay, so I can still post that. Okay, we're just saying we have time to start on that, we talked about the other day, so that's what we're waiting on for concern or whatever. So I'm scheduled to do that. I'll try it out and see if we now until I hear from you. If I do that, I can't, I will contact you. And I'll send you something to you. Okay. Okay, so we want to the bond, as far as the bond reduction, of the bond. Sorry. Yeah.
All right, so, Mr. Malara, are you all set with her?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, you're all set, so, oh, wait. Yes, you're Ms. Schumacher, so you're all set, and you can just let them know I'll take the next person, all right?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, have a good day. All right, so I have a gentleman joining me. What is your name, sir?
Angelo Williams.
All right, Mr. Williams, hold on one second. Sign this. Oh. Okay, so. All right, this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus D'Angelo Monte Williams. We have multiple files. File number 22-21133 FH, 23-21308 FH, 23-21309 FH, 23-21310 FH, and 20-20143 FH, which I believe is a violation of probation file. So I have Michael Dagger Margosian appearing on behalf of Mr. Williams, and I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is a date and time set for pretrial on all of these files. Mr. Dagger Margosian, how do you wish to proceed today?
Your Honor, if time permits, I would like to speak with Mr. Williams.
Okay, so what I will say is that it's 11:45. I do have a meeting. I'm not talking about just eating my lunch. Because I like my lunch, but as you can tell, but I do have a meeting. So more than likely, the remainder of my docket's going to have to get moved this afternoon. So Mr. Dagger Margosian, if we're not able to complete Mr. Williams, are you available at some point this afternoon?
Yes, I'm scheduled to be in court for a preliminary exam at 3. It should be a quick conversation, but I understand the court's concerns here.
Okay, so I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Williams. So hold on. All right, so he's in 2. So I'm going to open up a breakout room with you and Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, you'll either go automatically or you might have to use the mouse and click on join. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have another gentleman at the jail, and you don't appear to be Mr. Dotson. So I'm going to guess you are Mr. Bradley.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So this is in the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus Cody Joe Bradley. We have 2 files, 22-21174 FH and 23-21328 FH. I have Salvatore Malaro appearing on behalf of Mr. Bradley, and I have Isaac Sneed appearing on behalf of the people. This is the time set for trial on both of these files. Mr. Malaro, how do you wish to proceed today on Mr. Bradley's behalf?
So, Your Honor, Mr. Bradley has numerous files both here and in district court. He has a new charge that just was filed that we got court on tomorrow downstairs. So I'm going to ask to adjourn this out, perhaps a brief period of time. We're trying to get everything resolved at once. And it's hard to do that when new files keep popping up. There's trying to create some judicial economy here. I'm going to ask to adjourn this.
30 days, 6 weeks, what are you thinking?
I'd prefer a couple of weeks, but 30 days if that's what the court's got.
Yeah, my next available is June 7 at 8:30. So Mr. Bradley, I'm going to set this over for another pretrial conference on June 7 at 8:30 in the morning. Mr. Malaro, in the event that those cases in district court are felonies that get bound over on a different day, if you just give us a heads up, Ms. Adams can add these to the docket sooner. If you work out some agreement that Mr. Bradley wants to enter into, if you call the court, we can get you on a non-Wednesday day, all right?
Yep, I appreciate that, Judge.
And you'll do this in order to adjourn?
I will.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bradley. We'll see you back, if not sooner, on June 7 at 8:30, all right?
Is there any way I can speak to Mr. Malaro, please?
Not again, but you can speak to, well, I mean, Mr. Millar, I can give you a minute, but,
Yep. A minute's
Okay.
probably all I can give him. That's all it's gonna take, Judge.
okay.
Thank you.
It's okay, hold on. So, all right, I'm gonna open that room, go ahead and join it. All right, Mr. Dagger Margosian, have you had a chance to speak with Mr. Williams?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
And how do you wish to proceed today? Is he going to enter a plea, or am I getting another date? What would you like me to do?
Your Honor, on these cases, I'm asking the court to schedule them for jury trial. We just have not been able to reach a resolution here. So I'm asking the court to schedule these for jury trials.
Okay, so the oldest file is 22-21133FH. Mr. Williams, we have panels that are scheduled for 2-month periods. That is the oldest file. So is that the file we would set for trial first, Mr. Sneed and Mr. Dagger-Margosi?
Yes, that's fine. I guess my concern is I mean, I wouldn't want the same people hearing Mr. Williams.
No, so he would have one trial during a 2-month period, and then
I
if he
see.
goes
I
to
gotcha.
trial on the next file, it would be July, August, and the next
Understood.
file would be September, October.
Very good, thank you.
All right, so Mr. Sneed, would the 22-21133 file be set for trial first?
Yes, Judge, thank you.
All right, so this is a police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing, and a possession of cocaine. 1-day trial?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Dagger-Margosian, 1-day trial or?
Yes, I mean, I it's hard to predict, but yes, probably.
When I say 1 day, I mean that, presentation and all that would probably be able to be done in 1 day, and the jury could, deliberate the second day, but do you feel it needs a 2-day trial day?
For test, I think we could do the substance of the trial in 1 day.
Okay. Ms. Adams, do you want me just to look at the book, or do you want to?
I'll bring the book in. Judge.
If I have you here, I can ask you what's going on other trials to know when I can set this trial. Mr. Williams, I don't know for sure that I can get you in the next 2 months, but you are in custody, so I did get precedence over that. All right, so it looks like okay, so I have a several-week murder trial, which you are not on, Mr. Dagger-Margosian. So I could technically set this as a backup at the end of that trial, and that would be actually July, or I could. Not jail. This is an older file. That one, hold on. Not in jail. I could set this for Tuesday, May 23rd. Is that too soon?
I think it probably is too soon.
Right. Weekend. Let's see. Dauber hearing. Sounds awful. No. So, okay, so 4-day. Mr. Bauer, Raleigh, Mr. Dagger Margosian is Mark Bailey still going?
Bailey, I don't think that's mine.
Oh, okay. It's an FC, so it says your name, but never mind. Mark Rowley, maybe? Rowley?
Rowley is, as far as my understanding, Rowley is going to go.
All right. I could do. So I just had a trial move. So I could do Thursday, June 22nd. And that would be June 22nd and June 23rd. Miss Adams, is that the new date for Martinez or the old date? Is this the date that got canceled or the date I moved it to? Martinez is solid. Never mind. Okay, so. Okay. It's in custody, so hold on. Not in jail, not in jail. So I could do Tuesday, July 18th. I could do Thursday, July 20th. How about Thursday, July 20th? Mr. Dagger Margosian, is that good for you?
It is. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Steen, you said this is a misdemeanor trial.
That works. Judge.
Okay, so I'm going to set the trial date for July 20th at 9 a.m. And that would be only on file number 21133FH. I am going to set final pretrial for July 5, 23 at 8:30 in the morning. That'll be all files. And I am going to actually, because of that month's schedule, require that to be the motion deadline. The date that jury instructions and voir dire questions are due. And I'll tell you, I will be out of town for after that. So if a plea agreement is struck, please let me know and I will get it in before that. But obviously Judge Olson could also take a plea if he needed to. And then I'm going to put on the notice all the other files are set for that day, so you won't need to do a pretrial notice. All right.
May I have that date again, Judge?
I'm sorry, July 20th for 2 days, starting at 9 a.m. with a pretrial July 5 at 8:30.
Actually, would it be possible to have the Tuesday of that week? If I'm not.
No, I have 2 other trials scheduled that day on
I'm
Tuesday.
not available on the 21st.
I thought this was Miss Mears' trial.
No, this is my trial.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, because I have two-day jury trials already set, the 18th and 19th. But
I can have somebody cover. It's an Arno case, Judge. So
okay, are you sure? Okay, all right. So leave that on, and we will.
what was the pretrial?
Right, I've done the scheduling order, so we'll see you back on all those files. Anything else, Mr. Steen?
Yeah, I needed the final pretrial date.
Oh, I'm sorry, July 5 at 8:30.
5, okay, thank you.
All right, so Mr. Williams, I will see you back on July 5 for a pre-trial on all of the files, and July 20th of 23 at 9 AM for a trial on file number 22-21133. All right, Mr. Williams?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a blessed day.
You as well. All right, so I have Mr. Dotson. All right.
Yes, Your
this is
Honor.
the matter of the people of the state of Michigan versus John Anthony Dotson. We have file number 20-19905 FH, 22-20897 FH, and 23-21216 FH. I have Dawn Van Dusen appearing on behalf of Mr. Dotson. This is the date and time set for a pretrial on all of these files. Ms. Van Dusen, how would you like to proceed today?
May I please have a time with her so I can talk to
Mr.
her?
Dotson, hold on a second. So the
Sorry,
room
Your
you're
Honor.
in, hold on, Mr. Dotson. The room you're in, it's not your fault. It has horrible audio. So if you can move forward and repeat what you said, sir.
Do you think I can have to speak to her?
Yes, yes. Ms. Van Dusen, you want a breakout room?
Yes, definitely. Please, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm going to, this is breakout room. All right, and Ms. Van Dusen, I'm going to assign you and him to a breakout room. Mr. Dotson, you'll go automatically, or you may have to click on join with a mouse. So, Mr. Malaro, I'm looking. I think that's it.
Judge, just real quick on Mr. Bradley.
Yes, sir.
On his 21174 FH file. Apparently he has a PR bond. We're just asking the court to put a $100 cash bond on him.
Mr. Sneed, any objection to that?
No, thanks.
All right, hold on a second. Let me make sure Ms. Adams. So which file, the
21174, it should be a retail fraud.
all right, Ms. Adams, can I change the bond on that to $100 cash surety?
Okay.
All right. All right, I think that is the end of our docket, Mr. Malaro, for you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Judge, did you
Alright.
set Bradley for a date? I must have missed it.
June 7th.
Did,
Okay, sorry.
I set it for June 7 at 8:30. I don't have so many jail rooms. I got a million jail rooms popping in, but I don't think I need anybody else.
Thank you, Your
I
Honor.
think
Have a good day.
Thank you. I think
Judge, I
Mr.
think-
Dotson was,
I think he's
oh,
still.
Kassar.
Yeah.
All right, Christopher Kassar, okay.
Is there a Joseph Johnson?
Hold on, let me see what I can find. No. Yes, he waived arraignment.
Okay.
It's like, I don't remember that name, okay.
Also, Gary Bowerman.
I think that's Judge Olson's file. I didn't have Bowerman, I think it's an old Saber file.
I don't know. Oh, it's on your docket.
Is it really? Hold on, let me look.
First
Oh, he
page.
waived arraignment.
Okay.
Waived arraignment. Okay, so I have a gentleman at the jail. What is your name?
Christopher Kassar.
All right, Ms. Adams. File back. There you go. Okay, this is in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Joseph Kassar, file number 20-20143FH. Mr. Kassar, we are here today on a request of warrant for probation violation. States here that it is alleged that you violated the conditions of your bond or your probation, and one, you failed to report on March 28th, the hiccups of 23 and April 4 of 23 or any time thereafter. Condition number 4, you failed to provide a current address, last known at Travel Lodge in Jackson. Condition number 6, have failed to pay towards costs owing $1,226, having paid a total of $60 on December 6th of 22. So, Mr. Kassar, do you understand those are the 3 allegations against you on your violation of probation?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, Mr. Kassar, now you're currently on probation for carrying a concealed weapon and larceny in a building. So if you were to plead guilty or be found guilty, the maximum penalty you could be facing could be up to 5 years in prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Kassar, you do have a right to have an attorney represent you at this and all subsequent hearings. I believe that you are eligible for court-appointed counsel. Would you like an attorney appointed to represent you?
Do I need one for this?
Well, you're facing prison and it's a free attorney. So if you want an attorney to ask questions of and maybe get advice, you can do so.
If I get an attorney, will I be here longer?
No, I'll have you meet with them today.
Okay.
I can't guarantee you're getting out one way or the other today, Mr. Kassar.
I understand that. I just wanted to see if it was possible to be resolved today with or without.
So, Mr. Kassar, even if you ended up entering a plea today, it would be set for sentencing next week. So you wouldn't be getting out today, okay? But if you want an attorney, I'll appoint an attorney and I'll bring you back this afternoon with that attorney, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you want an attorney appointed to represent you?
I believe that would be best.
Okay, so we will appoint counsel to represent you and we'll bring you back this afternoon and we'll see you back this afternoon, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, Mr. Kassar, you're all set. All right, now we are
So
back with,
What time?
I don't know. I don't know, Miss Holly, I swear it'll be probably before 3:30, but my afternoon is crazy now too, so I'll try. I don't know what time Miss Underwood will be available, so is there a time you're not gonna be available, Miss Holly?
I just need, well, just if you guys could let me know.
Yeah, we'll let you know. All
Okay.
right, so we're back with Mr. Dotson. So, Miss Van Duzen, have you had a chance to speak with Mr. Dotson?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, how do you wish to proceed with Mr. Dotson?
He's going to plead guilty, Your Honor, to file 23-21216 FH to RNO, and then file 22-20897 FH to amended complaint of use of meth.
All right, do you have any counts? Hold on a second. All right, so let me open the files then. Okay, so on file number 20-19905FH, let's see. That's a violation of probation. Is he going to plead to the violation of probation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What, Mr. Dotson?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, good. And then Ms. Van Duzen on file number 22-20897FH. He's going to plead guilty to count 1 with no supplement.
Is that the use?
On file number 22-20897, it's only count 1 police officer RNO with a habitual offender third offense.
Yes, and habitual will be dismissed in supplements.
Okay, and then on file number 22 20897 FH. He has, let's see.
Contempt of court.
No, hold on a second, hold on a second.
Sorry, Your Honor.
It's okay, let me look at all this. So, on 23 21216 FH, he has a possession of methamphetamine, so he's gonna plead guilty to a use, you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Sneed, there'll be an amended information.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so it'll be a count 2 use of methamphetamine, which is that a 5-year, what is that?
It's a 1 year.
1 year, Your Honor.
1 year misdemeanor. Okay. And then, what is he going to do on, am I missing a file? I'm missing a file. Hold on. That's a lot. 22 20897
Is that a good too?
all right, Mr. Dotson, so you got a bunch of files. It's been a long morning, so I'm just trying to organize your files so I make sure I got it right. It's okay. Just hang tight. No, you're fine. Just hold on for a minute and let me work through this. So,
Yes, ma'am.
all right, on 22 20897, he's pleading guilty to count 1, police officer RNO. So let me put that RNO and let's do another file over here. Oh, there it is. So then there's more files. Okay, so let's see. So I got that file. I got that file. That's a bot file. So Ms. Van Duzen on file number 22 2113 FH. What is he going to do?
That would be the use of
No, that's an RNO and a possession. So Ms. Van Duzen, I have a meeting that I have to go to, and I know he has a bunch of files, so I want to make sure I'm not rushing through it. Are you available at 1:30?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Dotson, I have a meeting at 12:30 that I have to go to. And so what I'm gonna do, because you have quite a few files, is I'm gonna put this over to like about 1:40, 1:30, and then we'll bring you back, and then we will be able to go through the files more leisurely, all right?
All right, I want to plan an action in 11 to you.
Say that again?
I want to plan an action in 11 to you to let you guys know that I haven't just been in here, just sitting here. I actually been
Okay, so Mr. Dotson, I can't hear you because of that room. So, no, hold on, Mr. Dotson. Sit down. So what I'm gonna tell you is you tell them that I'm bringing you back at 1:30.
Okay.
And could they put you in a different room than that room? All right?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see you back at 1:30.